Good morning. Anybody who's going to spot this stream starting, we're here outside the offices of Tusla. Quite a sparse support. It's about, most of you will know about Bridget Scanlon, who has been jailed for something that sounds very, very spurious. I don't know the total exact details, but it was something to do with, at some stage or other, she said to some social worker, "If you take my children, I'll kill you." Well, that doesn't seem like very much of a justification for being put into jail for about 18 months and possibly more when you think of the scumbags that are walking our streets. But anyhow, Diarmaid O'Cadhla is here, and plenty of people doing photos and live streams, and I suspect Diarmaid is going to try and get into and in some presentation to them. Now, just going to show you the building. I never saw it before. This is for child protection. It's quite astonishing, isn't it? Quite astonishing. Yeah, that must cost a lot to maintain, and I think some kids, I have heard of one child who was put into foster care, and she is being really beautifully looked after, so it's good to be able to report that. But lots of children don't fare so well, and I'm sure we'll just show you the great Mo. Hi Diarmaid, I'm going to be doing doing a stream. Are you going to be talking?
Let's go to the stream. I'm going to talk in a minute.
And you're going to go in?
Yeah, we're going to be going in then. Yeah.
You're very good to organise it.
Try to coordinate.
Yeah.
See, the media is a bit of an important part of it, because it gets a story out.
Yes.
People can't all be here, so you have to have a way of spreading the word.
Yeah.
Well, come on.
I was trying to explain the situation in about 3 sentences, but I'm sure it's very, very complex.
Justice isn't that complex. I mean, there's right and wrong, and people expect fair play, and they expect the law to follow. But in Bridget Scanlon's case, the law is thrown out the window. And generally, I think it's the experience with parents, with a lot of parents, thousands of them, with Tusla, that they don't get a fair hearing. And there's signs here about secret courts. That's exactly what they are. And it's not just the courts are secret. There are reports written about families and about children that the parents aren't allowed to see. They're secret. There's examples of people taking 8 years to get sight of documents written about their family. It's not justice by any shred of the imagination.
No, and is there any way of clearing this whole thing, straightening it out into what you would think natural?
I would say at this stage,
law.
Tusla needs to be abolished. Because yes, we need child and family care badly. It's need, unfortunately, in a society broken like we are, we need these services. But Tusla are not it.
No.
They're not delivering. Tusla are like a fear. In fact, Gardaí have used threats of calling Tusla to threaten people.
Yeah.
We saw what they did with Jerry McCabe. Look what they've done with this Grace case. People will be familiar with the Grace case.
Oh, yes,
there's still nobody held to account for that.
Yeah.
How long does it take?
Yeah. Well, I won't ask you to keep going, because you need to collect your thoughts for your next one. Yeah, so but thanks for those introductory words.
Yeah.
Bridget Scanlon. Bridget Scanlon's an illness woman, free her.
Yes.
She needs to go home to her children.
Yeah.
Her children miss her dearly. She needs to see them children. And her children need to see her. She needs to be free. She has nothing wrong. It's corruption is what's going on. It's terrible.
Yeah, terrible. Hi, Peter.
How are you? Good, Jenny, to see you.
And I don't know this gentleman.
Stephen.
I was saying he looks very distinguished. Adding a lot.
I wish I had the wisdom to know.
Can you give us a few words on how you feel about Bridget's situation?
I've been writing to Bridget in prison and been supporting her, and I just think it's terrible to lock up anybody that is innocent.
Yeah.
And it's quite obvious that she's just standing up for her children's rights, and the reason why she's in there is because she did stand up and she made a point of it. And it's a sad day in this country when you do stand up and defend your children that you end up at the end of the system stick and locked up. Like, so anyone who's locked up I feel sorry for. It's the people at the top that should be locked up. If they dealt with it at the top, there wouldn't be so many in there. And I know Bridget's not in there on her own, but like you have to give some kind of support at some level to some. So Bridget was the one I picked.
Yeah.
One or two, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's nice to see something happening for her. There've been a few more, haven't there?
really this morning, as I said, this one here, the Strokestown tree there only.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like that was a blatant miscarriage of justice.
And Stephen Kerr, you know, a man of such veracity, when Stephen Kerr is telling you this corruption, listen to that man. And can I ask you, when your letters go in, are they being... Is she getting them?
She's writing back.
Oh, brilliant.
And then I was asking her, and her costs are monitors and that. Like, so if I'm sending in money, I tell her how much I'm sending in because I don't know whether she's getting it or not, so that she's just aware. I mean, I just don't trust the system. If they can lock a woman up for looking after her children, can you trust them even to give money? I mean, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just brilliant.
Okay, one person, is it? Okay, just me. I'm only the one allowed in, that's fine. Just me. Push back there slightly, in case you're afraid you might cause to see. Okay, just one person, yeah. Just myself.
I wonder why just one person.
I wanted to see Mr. Alan Reed, not a medication. He's not available. Why not? He knows I'm coming in today. Not available. Is there someone in his department? Somebody in relation to public relations that would like to speak. I have some questions on your reporter and I want to put the questions.
You want to give me
in addition, no, I want to put the questions. That's not
we're going to end this conversation. It's not here.
Really? Okay. Well, I think that was probably clear. There's nobody here in the communications department. I'm not quite sure what. Maybe they've early lunch or something. But either way, they're not interested in hearing the concerns raised by people who have genuine concerns and are entitled to have concerns. And they should comment on them, whether they accept them or reject them. We're entitled to know what they have to say. So, child and family care in Ireland, I mean, it's a huge thing to think that they won't listen. They won't listen to the parents. What kind of agency is this? With thousands of children in care, literally thousands of families. I couldn't count the number of families who've been contacting us, raising concerns and looking for help. Unfortunately, we're not really equipped to give help. It's an expensive business. Law doesn't really apply equally in Ireland.
He's gesticulating at you there.
He wants me to come in. Do you want me to come in?
No, he's telling them to come in there.
Oh, he doesn't want me to come in.
Tell them to come in
Sorry.
there.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
There's others. None of you
somebody
work
else
with
who isn't
communications department,
Just
so
ask you.
they can go
What about
in.
communication?
It's actually obstructing ground. It's a fire escape.
I'm not
It's a fire escape.
Don't worry. In the event of a fire, I won't be seen here.
Okay.
Don't you worry, right? Anyway, he's trying to find excuses that us move away. I think this must be an embarrassment to them, and it should be an embarrassment to them because children matter, parents and families matter. That's why these exist with their excess of €1 billion budget every year, and they don't feel they should answer to the people. I think actually this week there's a special conference taking place where all the child care experts in Ireland are gathering to discuss this very issue about the delivery of child and family care. And of course, you know, maybe it should begin with listening. Listen to the people, what their concerns are. So earlier on, there were just a few of us chatting and we talked about the secret courts. We have signs about them. Bridget Scanlon, of course, is in jail. she was convicted in one of these secret courts. And the nature of the secret courts is not only are the courts secret, this is the in-camera rule they use, not only are they secret, but the documentation that goes with the hearings generally is also secret. So we have an example of families who have reports written about their children's care, and they don't get to read those documents. Sometimes, if they're lucky, they're given sight of a document on the morning that they're in court and they have a hearing on. So there's secret evidence, secret courts, and then, as was the case in Bridget's trial, which is it's a mockery to call it a trial, as in her hearing, and Mo, you were there with me, like they disallowed a HSE written report to be introduced as evidence. Why? Because it implicated the social workers involved in the ongoing abuse of children and of the Scanlon family, numbers of them. They disallowed that, and they disallowed a witness who was to give evidence there. So the entire thing is secret, and it's designed, I think, to railroad people through a court system, have them put away and silenced. And you know, money. People have money, they can get justice, but justice isn't available to poor people. And I don't mean everyone here is poor, but unless you have lots and lots and lots of money, you cannot compete with a state institution which has unlimited budgets, unlimited. No one takes them account for how much money they spend on legal cases or how they justify it. Even if they lose them. Like the big scandal, I suppose two big scandals of recent years that were well known were the McCabe setup, which Tusla was involved in. They had unlimited money in the pursuit and defence of their situation in that. Who in Tusla has been made to account for that wrong? They pretty much destroyed that man's life, one of the very few exceptional Gardaí with integrity. And then what about the Grace case? Grace, who suffered ongoing abuse of the worst possible nature, years and years, and Tusla knew about it. But who's been held to account for that? Still, nobody has been held to account. But these guys are comfortable enough to know they don't need to listen to the parents. Why? Because they're protected. They are an elite, there's big money involved, the judges are involved, senior Gardaí are involved, the legal professionals, solicitors, barristers are involved, court officials have been involved. None of them are called to account, and people are suffering because of it. So we invite you in the Justice for Bridget Scanlon campaign, we invite you to go to our Facebook page, it's just called Justice for Bridget Scanlon. Sign up. What we're trying to do is create a network, not just for Bridget, but for the children and for the families, all of them who are affected by the neglect of duty and the criminality. I would think it's criminal. When families are affected as they are, it has to be criminal. The criminality that's going on inside these offices. So join with us, stay in touch, help us advance this campaign, and more to the point, speak out, contact us, even anonymously. We'll tell your story, contact us. So, Sinead Rogan, sorry, Mo, you've been on the trail with Tusla for a long time, and you're a woman who's tried to tell her story countless times. What's your feeling about today?
It's very windy, I'm sure you can't
Quite
hear.
honestly, is that this building is absolutely criminals who are trafficking children. I'm sorry, Diarmaid, but that's my understanding. Everything is secret. Everything is secret. They won't talk to mothers who have concerns of their children or to fathers who have concerns of their children. There is something wrong there. They're keeping too much secret. They make out as if everything is, they do everything transparently. They don't. There's mothers at home now and fathers at home on their floor crying because they can't see their children. And the children are silenced, and if the mother or father speak up, what will happen to them is what's happened to Bridget Scanlon. They'll be carted off to jail, and no word will be said about the social workers who are absolutely lying. And everybody knows this who's been involved with them. They tell lies in that courtroom. They seem to be allowed to do it. It seems to be allowed. Torture in Ireland seems to be allowed, but it's not good enough, Ireland.
You're not from the Communications Department of Tusla, are you?
No, I don't work for Jesus.
Okay, very good. Fair enough. we asked people here today, would they bring to us the questions, right? And you had some mother contact you.
Yeah.
Would you mind? This is we're not naming the individual,
No.
but the story is valid. We know it's genuine. So
It's common with thousands of mothers in this country
Yeah.
now. I'm a heartbroken mother, being denied seeing my 14-year-old child for 14 months now, and my family too. I had to wait 3 years for a visit before that, to be told the same thing. He doesn't want to see or talk to me. They keep brainwashing me the same thing over and over and over again. I've tried so hard to secure a visit, but to no avail. There are so many thousands of mothers and fathers and siblings being denied to see their own flesh and blood. When is the cruelty going to stop? When is it going to stop? It is despicable and absolutely shocking. This modern day, 2023, our children are being deliberately kept in the system for gain and profit. Please, Lord God, that this rotten, evil agency, Tusla, will be gone from existence soon, so all families around Ireland who have been torn apart by Tusla be returned with their children, brothers, sisters and cousins and granddads and grandmoms and others. Alienating our children from us is child abuse, and it's torturing us beyond belief. Imagine grieving for a living child. The pain is awful. Thousands are suffering around Ireland. We need our children home. Please help us, oh God.
yes, imagine that's coming. I know often when we speak about these things, people have said to me, they can't all be liars and they can't all be bad. And truly, they're not all liars and not all bad, but there's a significant cohort of them. And those who manage know what has gone wrong. They've been advised of it so many times. But it is true. It is a horrible truth. It is true. It may be hard to believe it if the questions introduced to you new. But when you investigate and look, I've often said someone needs just look up Google for Tusla child abuse, and you'll see even mainstream media carries so many accounts every month of abuses carried out under the name of Tusla, and they're never held to account. It's always brushed over. Everything is okay. Like these are the emails we've had, 4 exchanges of emails in advance of coming up today, so that people could raise these questions and give the opportunity to Tusla to respond, or just to listen and then walk away. But they won't even listen. This is the nature of the agency we're dealing with, and this is what our state is spending €1 billion a year on in the name of childcare. It's not childcare.
They're holding them captive, Diarmaid. That's how I see it.
Yeah. So release Bridget Scanlon. Do justice for all the other families who are missing their children, who are being divided. Send the children home. Abolish Tusla. It is not fit for purpose.
I can't clap because I'm holding the phone.
That's a live stream going out still. No, that's a live stream going out. What would be nice, I don't know if any of you have stories you'd like to tell, is for people to tell their stories and we'd release them bit by bit if they want, or even anonymously tell stories you know of someone else. You see, one of the things about speaking out is, and like which is what happened to Bridget, is that she became victimised for it. Like she was targeted by Tusla because she and a few others started going on putting pickets and telling out loud what happened. And next thing she was being targeted. And that's why she's in jail today. It's ridiculous what they've gone through. So people might like to tell stories and they can do so anonymously if that's easier.
Thanks, Diarmaid.
Well done, Dermot.
Would anyone like to say anything? Karen, no?
I don't have any experience.
I just wonder,
Hopefully.
they said there's nobody working in there. Why are they being paid to work if they're not working? Is that not criminal? That's criminal. Like, if you just go into a job and you have a job and you don't turn up,
Yeah.
you're going to be fired. So why
The
are
thing
you
is,
fired? Is that not
I hate
illegal?
to tell you this because you probably wouldn't conceive of it, but they're telling us lies.
Oh, I know they're telling lies, but that's the thing. Like, and is it legal for them to lie then?
No,
They
it's
seem
not.
to be doing this the whole time,
It's not,
over
but
and over
that's,
again.
that's water off a duck's back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
either
water off
way,
a
what
duck's
they're
back.
doing
Well,
is criminal.
maybe I'll finish up and thank you for watching this
Okay.
Thank you.
Today's
Bye.
she told, I don't think we saw a video.